My name is Rhiannon, and today I am going to tell you why I breathe. It is not simply air that filters through my lungs, it is wonder and imagination. There's this book by Brandon Sanderson called Warbreaker, and in it there are these people that breathe magical colours that act as their life force. Some people are bright and happy and colourful, whilst others are dull and boring and lifeless. I believe that life is like this spectrum of people, and that important ingredients to breathing colourfully are wonder and imagination. Today I am going to tell you about my upbringing, about music, about sand, about experiences, about novelists and stars and architects, and by the end of it, I hope that you are here with me. I grew up in a world of magic. I was a witch who went to Hogwarts. I was a digidestined who saved the digital world. I was an elf who fought in the battle for Middle Earth. I consumed media. I absorbed it like a sponge, and then I would live it. I built starships with my sister. I sword fought with my cousins, and I made myself wings so I could fly. People talk about children like this. They speak of their wonder and their imagination. They don't talk about adults like this. I'm going to change that. So I consumed, I lived, and I created. Oh boy, did I create. I have school notebooks full of stories and doodles and codes in between trigonometry and science, because that's how I roll. I was 12 years old when I created my first website through a WYSIWYG editor called MapMice, which I recently found out was created by 3 teenage sisters, which I think is amazing. I was 14 years old when I saved up my pocket money to buy PaintShop Pro so I could make forum graphics. I was 13 years old when I was given my first MP3 player that could hold 30 songs, and I was introduced to the world of music. Music is a constant source of wonder and imagination to me. It is so important that it might as well be the blood that pumps through my veins. I remember a story my dad told me about my mother when they were together in university. He said that she got their friends to lie on the floor, turn out the lights, and pump In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins on loud. My dad said this in such a way that it made it sound like, isn't that weird? But all I could think about was how amazing that was and how we must be related. My mum is a constant source of wonder and inspiration for me. This is me, with the mouse over my head terribly enough. I am 6 years old, and it is, no, not like 8 or something, and it is 6 a.m. on the 1st of January 2000, the millennium. I have lived, you have lived to celebrate 1,000 years past. That is amazing. You may think that it's a small thing, but it's not. Small things become so much more. I remember one night, a friend and I were walking home in the middle of winter, and we decided to lie on the pavement and stare at stars. We wondered what else was out there, and how humans, we had to see it, we had to touch it, because we wanted more than the earth. We wanted more than the solar system. We just wanted more. And this is not a bad thing. We are told that it is a bad thing. We are told tales of curious cats and Rumpelstiltskin. However, we thought that night, what if we just stopped wanting? Nothing would happen. Life would come to a halt. Everything would be boring, because wanting makes us human. This is Mark C. Danielewski. He is an author and a designer that inspires me. He writes ergodic literature, which is an interactive, non-linear form of storytelling, where the words on the page are used for maximum emphasis. This is one of his books, A House of Leaves, which is a psychological thriller about a house that is bigger on the inside, and it is not the TARDIS. You can visually see the state of mind of the characters deteriorate as the book progresses. Another one of his books is called Omni Revolutions, which is about 2 immortal teenagers whose stories are told from Philippians of the book. There are 360 words on each of the 360 pages in the book, and different font sizes and colours emphasise our stories where they are at different points. So every single time you read the book, it is a different experience, and I think that is wondrous. It's very clever. Speaking of experiences, this is DGT Design, an architecture firm that was founded in France in 2006. DGT stands for the creators' names, Donald, Gottman, and Time. And one of my favourite installations of theirs is called Light is Time, which they did for citizen watches, as pictured here. There are 80,000 individual golden watch art that are suspended in the air like golden rain. And in between these droplets, there are enclosed spaces where there are watch displays. You can walk around the space and you can feel the atmosphere, the magic in the air, and you can feel the visceralness and the tangibility of it all. Experiences are so important to me, and so is the space around us, because I believe that it affects us profoundly. And that is why the concepts of home and imagination are so important to me. This is the We Are Brighter Together campaign that I did for Talk in their DNA debrief, and I chose to talk about it today because it embodies what I'm talking about. I didn't just create a design. I didn't just create an idea. I created an experience, an interactive, all-encompassing media, ever-evolving project. It is warm and it is positive. This is due to the lighting effects, the colours, the hand gestures, and the Christmas atmosphere. This is the website that I did for it, with the 4 concepts of finding your light, growing your light, shining your light, and sharing your light. I believe that as designers, it is our job to help people and make a difference in the world. This is why I went in this direction with it, because I could have gone in any direction. I believe that as designers, that we should help and create experiences that are wondrous and imaginative. So, how many of you have heard the story of Pandora's box? Pandora is the first woman on Earth in Greek mythology, and she is given a box, actually a jar, but whatever, and she's told not to open this box under any circumstances, lest she release all the evils of the universe. Now, I have a few issues with this. The first being, if you were given a big red button, and you were told not to press that big red button, of course you were going to press the button. The second being, that this is not a bad thing. We, as humans, imagine what is inside this box. We wonder what is inside this box. And as designers, it is our job to open this box and explore it. So if someone is going to tell me that I'm not allowed to do that, I'm going to say, fuck that. And I'm open it. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower, or divinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Inside the small bottle is not one grain of sand. There are thousands. That is thousands of worlds, of ideas, of hopes, and of dreams. Inside this small bottle is every single person you have affected, every person you are affecting, and every person you will affect. It is bottled potential. Though you may think this is a small thing, it can be everything. And I want each of you to have one. I'll tell you why, pass this around, it's only 13. But yeah, I want you to put this on the corner of your kitchen bench, on your desk, on your bathroom cabinet, and every time you look at it, I want you to remember, because if you were ever feeling that you are not worth it, that you are confused or lost or stuck for ideas, I want you to look at this bottle and remember that you are a designer, that you are human, that even though you may think you're but a grain of sand, you are a world bottled in a human. And I want you to go out that door, and I want you to want more. I want you to be more. I want you to be curious. I want you to open all the boxes, and I want you to breathe wonder and imagination.